Hello, I'm in War. This is Kerbal Space Program. And I just thought I'll quickly, last mission failed quite spectacularly. I thought I'd just quickly shut off Kerbin heavy altitude, which I can't get off the ground. I've got enough thrust, just about, but it's just too chunky. So until I can get some bigger engines here, no doing. But stage 4 is these engines, my jet engines. Stage 3, which doesn't fire yet until I hit space, is the rocket engine. And my idea was, as these numbers go up, notice if you are at even a little bit of altitude, these engines aren't going to lift me off anymore, which is the problem. I need more of these engines. I've not actually flown this one yet. What I normally do is click there, and I bin that, and I get myself a little probe, and I do a test flight, just to make sure that the plane can fly, and then I usually just let it crash. If it crashes, it crashes. As you can see, even a little, I'm like nearly 2 kilometers off the ground, and I'm not gaining any more altitude. That's it. That's all I can get. There's just not enough thrust to keep me rising, and I can't rely on this engine because it uses the same thrust controls as these engines to begin with. And secondly, I've only got so much oxidizer. I've only got this front tank full of oxidizer because of where this sensor. If I filled this bottom tank full of, moves the weight too far back, which means that the lift even further back, and we end up with what looks like a very odd looking aircraft, a bit like the Mark II. So obviously, once I hit the altitude I need to get at least up to 12. I've got no more thrust. Now I have tried no oxidizer at all. Engine, not enough thrust. Hell, even with just this big beast on with no oxidizer, not enough thrust there. Not enough engine, the problem. Or big enough engines, I should say. So this is why this is bust at the moment. Don't save. Until I unlock some bigger and better engines, which is a shame because I knew I couldn't do it. I had to upgrade both of them. I would have upgraded this quite happily. I've spent 19 here to try and help me, mostly for that. Circular intake really does help. It just makes everything look better as well. But the circular intake is 0.9, whereas that is 0.6. I can add them both together, and I think this one has a max of like 0.8, yeah. But that doesn't mean it, you've got to fill it full of 2.8. It works around about 1.2 at best. But getting that to 2.8 is ridiculous anyhow. You're looking at 0.9 there. At least 2 of them even get halfway there. I mean, it says it pulls in twice as much air as these. It obviously doesn't. Close, but not a cigar. I can't remember where the better engines are for this. I did find them. Grabbing you. No stacks, better docking port. Hampered drone, air brake. Air brakes would be lovely. Heat shields, landings. Heavy landing. No, I honestly can't remember where the better engines are. Even if I did find them, I mean, I might be literally stuck to them engines. Sure, I found some better ones. I've been looking at the wrong part though. mean, that's an air intake. That's an air intake. Some actual cargo base. Oh no, there it is. Whiplash. Jet engine. But that's quite a way away. Really. But hopefully we can beat them. But I would have loved. Maybe you've got this one. Because that in space would have been lovely. Or advanced control for the. Oh, not that one. Wasn't landing. That one. Authorization. Oh, there we go. Docking port junior. Would have been nice to get the docking port and start docking. However, I went for aviation, aerodynamics and aviation, and I regret it again. Sooner or later I'm going to learn my lesson. This is all about space, not about flying a bloody plane. Not happy. Still got Jeb. I have officially still not lost Jeb, but you know I am being a very big proof Jeb. So we still got that orbit mission to do, and I still want to get scans of Mun. Load up mission 1. Yeah, you still got the radar telemetry on you. What I was thinking was, could I change up a little bit? The hammers obviously give me more of a boost. Don't last very long. They burn through their fuel quite quickly, but these I burn through it even faster. I'm not sure. I suppose I could just stick a couple of kickbacks on the damn thing. No, really give it a boost. Actually, I wonder what that would do to. I drag that there, 2.61. Drag them on. 2.23. That's not actually too bad. I mean, if I stuck them there, they're going to be. Oh shit. 2.23. We should get a decent amount of burn from them as well, and on top of which I've got this controllable engine here to just switch it off. The only problem is they need to be on decouplers ideally. Just kick them off. Yeah, at a slight altitude. Don't know what the burn speed's going to be, but I do think that looks slightly more kick-ass. Dynamic. We'll try it like this. Well, it missed 2. Save it. Try it like that. See if we can see how this one handles in effect. The other one. Slightly different shape. I wanted that a bit more thrust, just to give us a massive kick. Use the bigger engine while we're in orbit, rather than using it to get us into orbit. Oh, that's sunset or sunrise? That's sunset, isn't it? So, last mission of the day. Off drop. Now, I've got my main engine on full as well, but once we start hitting like 250 to 60, depending on how much fuel we have left, yeah, I'm going to start pulling back on main engine. Let the kickbacks do the work. I think in future we should just rely on them kickbacks. Actually, look at that. Still going strong. I daren't even turn this rocket. I daren't turn it. get my main engine on, get to that 45°. So that's quite possibly one of the fastest launches I've ever done. Them kickbacks really goes into space quite quick. And now hopefully using this engine we can get into the circular orbit. Which means, you know, I'm going to have a bit more space to breathe. The second periapsis starts hitting like F50, I'll catch. So much. So I can't even empty that into another container up here for this one. Although it's not a bad idea, I just can't do it. I don't think you can anyhow. I've been paying attention to my apoapsis again. That's going to be the death of me. So we'll just go wait a minute or two. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till it says about 30 seconds, I think. Yeah. Speed up time, just catch up. Right, so we'll activate the engine. Get to the horizontal. Make sure this engine's actually in the right decoupling. I've really got to fix that and do a save. Both miss one and miss two. That's getting quite ridiculous. And I bet quite a few people who are actually watching this are going, "What are you doing?" Good job I can do that. So when this says anywhere around about 50 meters, I'm separating regardless of how much left in here. Although if we don't pick up much more speed soon, yeah, 50 meters, 50 kilometers. Yeah, perhaps this is rising. I'm trying to dip that underneath, rising a little bit. There we go. I can separate. Hopefully that will survive. I doubt it will, though. I've actually not noticed that come up. Tell me things are broken and everything. I might not have re-added that mod in, so the apoapsis is flying again. I seem to have a problem with it. I'm just gonna cut engines there. Just yeah, I'm still heading towards the periapsis. What I'm going to do is I'm just out into space a little bit. There we go. Burnt off quite a lot of fuel there. Right. So get that and there. And I want that. Add a maneuver. Whoops. Wrecked the plane. This ship has basically got the exact same mission as the old one did. Now come here, do this mission, then get on your way to Moon. Get up. That. Helpful if that yellow line was actually solid. be on a fairly circular orbit now. So next job, try to lock onto, and caps locks off. Try and lock onto target. Got 4 minutes with a 3-minute burn, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn early rather than late. Oh, hang on, a 3-minute burn. I can't do this mission with this terrier then. I simply can't do it. So, I can't do it. Maybe I should try to get into orbit on more of an angled slope. Get that plane going to begin with. Although consider not a launch. Yeah, I'll launch from here. Getting on that plane is going to be tricky as... But maybe I should just aim for the moon. I haven't got a 3-minute burn in me. And then I've still got to correct the, you know, the size and everything of that orbit. That terrier just does not have enough. Leave that. We'll just aim for the moon for now. So, apoapsis. Add a maneuver, and we will go faster. And down a bit, there we go. There's the target. There's my ascending. Means I'm going to be off plane. Got a bit of a plane. That's me. Down. Up. That's quite a massive, I think. Let's start that again. I just up and move to bring that up. That's just tilting it. That one. Up. The only way to correct the angle. He also wants to try and I'm better off speed here and nope, I'm gonna miss that. Yeah. Again. Lower. That's a good job I've got plenty of time before the ship actually gets there. Oh. Find it eyes. So these two are meeting points, I'm assuming. That in. know what? That again. I just remembered something. We want to be on a polar orbit when we get there. We want to be on a polar orbit when we get there, so I don't want to be fixing. About the apoapsis. Go for a good burn. How close we get to the moon. Right. Target. Focus. Got this periapsis. Speed. Into a nice orbit. Now I don't know what the distance is that I need to from here. Get into a nice orbit, so that's kind of what I'm going to be aiming for. Regardless. And we can adjust the plane. I'll be in orbit by then. Ah, right. So that was all a lot of finicky. That took me actually about 5 seconds to do in the end. So this definitely is going to be a two-parter because we're aiming straight for the moon. Hopefully, you know, I'll be able to slow down in time. When I get there. Burning up a little bit of electrical charge just to get me into position. Ah. 17 minutes. Have a nice little stretch there. It's been one of them days. Right, start your burn. This is well, you know, the Kerbals are just eyeballing all this data. Of course, I'm fairly eyeballing it myself. Trick is not to be too close to the moon. That's seriously the last thing I need is a geosynchronous orbit. That should be a big enough burn. May have been too long. So, leave that one. That'll bring me, yeah. I'm gonna move that back to the oops, I'm just playing there, man. Anything, we want that kind of plane. Also want that. Need a bit more. Actually want more of a plane than that. A lot more. Hey, that's gonna be completely orbital. That's going to pass the poles a little too often for my liking. For instance, yeah. Have a look. So there we go. That's the kind of maneuver I want to be pulling off. How cool is that? May even get to say hello to this here. Now in my missions, let's just check. We've got protect. I mean, I can do this one. I may do that one in a next mission. We've got measured. I don't know how I'm going to get that high. About the bigger jet engine. Maybe just more air intake will allow them little jet engines to get there. That's something I may have to go test. If you guys want to see my test flights as well, just let me know. I have recorded each and every one so I can see what I'm doing wrong. They do get written over though, so you've got to let me know quickly. Only catch the latest. But the parachute still. That one would be nice just to get rid of it. Although didn't I just do that? No. No, that would have been. And then we've got to. Only we maintain stability for 10 seconds. Launch the probe, we just get within the orbit specifics. So. Bit annoying. Where is my next maneuver? Here isn't. Warp there. "12-second burn." I've got like 2 minutes left. I've got 26 minutes now to get into position. Get it into position. Strangely enough, it's the retrograde. The fun kit. All I want is it approximately in position. There. I want to warp to the next maneuver. I want to warp here. Not gonna let me do that, are you? So, warp myself. I'm not gonna go back into the rocket fuel for this. All from here. I'm just that badass. Down, slow it down. Down. Wait till we get to about 30 seconds. Down. 12-second burn. Pretty much round about now. Right there. Atmospheric pressure again. We'll transmit that back. This probe's never coming back to Kerbal. Oh, and we need to fire the engine. And we need to kill the engine. Fire, kill it. May have gone slightly under. So, done with. This one needs to be moved over to the periapsis. Up here. A little bit of debris just keeps circling on it. This one's coming in for the crash landing. I'd like to see that. I really would. we're 4 minutes away from the next maneuver. Requires a 39-second burn. Get into this highly elliptical orbit. I wonder if I'm suffering from... That's the rocket future. Not within the atmosphere, but I can't seem to... I can't seem to get a point towards the mission marker. I didn't know if like gravity was weighing it down or pulling at something. Go back into this view. Land up to the marker. Go up a sec. Then. "39-second burn." I mean, this thing should technically never back. Not too fast if it crashes. Got the signs back from it. I'm gonna kill it there. So not within the plane. Leave that one and add this apoapsis. I'm gonna add a new plane adjustment. Getting it right. Lastly, I'm also going to come in and I'm going to turn this radar on. Right, so we're at the ideal height. Start scanning. It's in the right direction. Now the satellite doesn't, the radar, sorry, doesn't need to be pointing at the planet, so that's quite good. I find rather strange, but I understand to some degree, otherwise you'd have to keep coming in and telling it to rotate. That'd just get annoying to such a point where people wouldn't use them. I will speed up just a little bit. Yep. And I know we've gone over, but you know, this is also nearly over. Then on the engine, and we'll pop into this view while it's... And that's pretty perfect. Apoapsis is 152. Periapsis is 24. It's the apoapsis. Add a new maneuver. I'll delete this maneuver first. Just to circularize this orbit. So the new one. Periapsis. About there. Last but not least, Whoop. Next maneuver. Right, so 50 seconds, and we only want to burn for like half a second. First, I need to get this pointing in the right direction. Also burning off a lot of electrical charge. Probably because we're nowhere near the sun. I'm going to stop the radar scan because we need electrical charge just to finish maneuvers. 30 seconds. Position. Go. Got like a minute left of fuel in us. I might actually get us back to Kerbal one day. But I actually plan on getting it to Kerbal. 4, 3. But hey, there we go. That's as circular as I'm going to get that. And there we go. So, start the radar scan again for me, please. And we will scan that big map. Celestial body, here we go. Get rid of that for now. Now, celestial body, on. We've already got some of our wavy lines going on. Not quite polar. Down close enough. That's our initial coming in, switching on. Am I going the right way around here? Initially switched it on here. We did a course adjust. And that orbit is just off, so we should get the entire map of the moon in as few passes as possible. That's quite good. There we go. We got something to the moon. I've been Andy Ward. This has been Kerbal Space Program. This has been awfully long and I do apologise. And goodbye.